Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel. Watch with me, LB. I'm trying again, okay? I have recorded this video 3 separate times. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm putting this video out. I don't know what to tell you. Blessings to me if this video don't come out, because guess what? I'm gone. You understand? Let me tell y'all right quick what happened to me. Only me, yeah. Nobody else would have this happen, just me. I got my tickets online. I thought it came out on the 17th, but they released it on the 16th, right? So that was a Thursday, all right? So I got my tickets for Thursday and was super excited about it. I get to the theater, the ticket taker man looked at me in my soul and was like, "It's tomorrow, babe." I went on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday. Listen, I didn't have no Spider-Man shirt on. I didn't have no Spider-Man mask, nothing. All I had was just a aura of excitement all over me, preparing to go see a movie that had not been released yet. It's tomorrow, babe. All I could do was be like, oh, all right. I felt so played, y'all. Anyway, saw the movie, loved the movie. Let's get into the movie. Yes. Okay, I'm clapping like a cheerleader. I don't know why. So, wait, one more thing. Okay, all right, one more thing. I finally got my experience when the whole theater goes ape shit together. I finally got it, y'all. I had the most chapped theater group for Endgame. They were like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, this one? I got it, y'all. Me and Buku Dude Bros. That back row, that last row where I was, we was lit. I went into the theater with 10 nails done. I came out the theater, 1 nail broke. I was dapping up the Dude Bros in the top row, okay, in the middle of the day. So, the movie picks up right where the last one left off with, what's that boy name, Lord? Mysterio dog ass telling people, lying on Peter, that he was the one who caused all the disturbance in London and it was not him and it was the drunk. Hold up, okay? I had a real problem with people turning on Spider-Man like that. Like, that's what they do in MCU movies. They be mad at you. You know, like, they're like, oh, you saved us. Thank you so much. And like 7 minutes later, they be like, no. Like, they be upset with you, right? So I knew that part, but it was like, bro, y'all don't even know Mysterio. Y'all tell me about Mysterio, people. Who y'all know? How y'all know who that is? How y'all know who that is? His costume is whack. And you gonna trust J. Jonah Jameson and Mysterio over Spider-Man? I ain't like it. Daily Bugle posted his picture, and Peter and MJ are like, get to Aunt May. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. They all outside their baby house. Why y'all coming over there at that man's house? Where is his privacy at? Nah, huh? I ain't gonna lie, I might have been out there too. Like, with the people out there. I might have been like, damn, that's where he stayed? That's not far from my house. Well, let me pass over there. Here comes the Department of Defense and Decoration. I forgot, like the Department of Damage Control Operations or something like that. They come and then they take Peter and MJ and Ned and Aunt May into the jailhouse. And I'm like, on what charges, bro? They take them in and Peter's like, listen, this is not what I wanted. Everybody else, leave them out of it. MJ and Aunt May, they're not with the shits. They're like, listen, I know my rights under statute LPC.13-9. They're like, listen, Peter, you know, I and everybody, they good to go, but you still got a little something. So we need to get you some legal representation. Y'all, who was his legal representation?
Who was his legal representation, y'all?
It was Matt motherfucking Murdock. Do you hear? Well, listen, me and the Dude Bros, that was our bonding moment. When Matt Murdock, when the Daredevil popped up on the screen, we lost it. That was all we needed to set it off. And then Charlie Cox was looking good. I was like, damn, Charles. You know, Matt Murdock was a snag in Daredevil, okay? So now we got Kingpin back in the MCU. And we got Matt Murdock back in the MCU. I'm loving where it's going, okay? I'm loving the direction. If you coming in hot like this and it's like 7 minutes into the movie, the rest of this movie about to have me having like, I'm gonna need like a little pacemaker or something. My little heart ain't gonna be able to take it. Okay? It's real high for everybody. And so May and Peter move into Happy's condo where, oh Lord, I ain't even gonna say nothing about Happy Condo. I'm gonna leave Happy Condo alone. Peter is trying to get back to normal, but how can you be normal, baby? Because everybody know you're Spider-Man now. You trying to go to school, everybody got their phones in your face. So MJ is at work and she works at this like coffee shop, right? And so each of them have applied to MIT. They meet at the coffee shop to open up their letters, and none of them get in. And they were all really bummed out about it. And Peter's like, listen, you ain't even do nothing. So Peter's like, nah, this can't stand. And he's like, listen, I know a wizard. I know the Bleecker Street magician. I'm gonna go pass over there and see what Dr. Strange talking about. So Peter goes to Kamar Taj. Peter is going to Dr. Strange and he's like, listen, everybody knows who I am, but my friends and family are suffering for it. So I just want to kind of rewind a little bit and make like a spell in that people just forget that I'm Spider-Man. And Dr. Strange is like, we saved the world together. We both got dusted up together. I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and hook you up. So he goes down in the basement of bewilderment. I just mean I didn't even need to say that. I could have just said he went downstairs. Sorry about that. Then he's doing his spell. But then Peter's like, on second thought, if we could just make it so that Ned and MJ don't forget that I'm Spider-Man, but everybody else. And then Dr. Strange was like, all right, just chill. Wait. What about Aunt May and Happy? Dr. Strange was like, listen, you trying to make the world forget that you Spider-Man. You talking a lot. Won't you let me concentrate? And so because Peter's like and the spell got messed up. All right. So he had to like contain it in a box of gobbledygook. Like it's like a box called. Now that, the spell is, there, Peter's like, okay, let me go ahead and try to make this right. And where's the MIT admissions lady? Hey, the lady is on her way to the airport. Peter's like, let me go at least try it. And he finds her. Then he takes, he gets the suit off. But my guy didn't think to iron his own self-suit. My guy's suit that he had on was so wrinkled. Gets to the lady and he's trying to convince her to let Ned and MJ into MIT. And while he's doing that, all of a sudden Doc Ock come and is wreaking havoc on Lay Bridge. Okay, Peter puts get the Peter tangle and get his suit back on. Doc Ock doesn't see that that's not who he think it is, right? So they scrapping on a bridge. That fight was really great with the webs and the stuff or whatever. Doc Ock kind of pins him on like a pole on the bridge. And the mask comes off and Doc Ock sees that that's not the Peter that he knew. The nanotech in Peter's suit kind of took over his tentacles and he was able to kind of subdue Doc Ock. And then here comes the Green Goblin, right? Willem Dafoe, call me, bruh. You did a great job. You Willem Dafoe the hell out this role. Okay? Doc Ock on the bridge and Peter's like, who these people though? Here comes Dr. Strange, boop, portals him back to Kamar Taj, puts him in a cell, where we also see the lizard. And Dr. Strange is like, listen, you're gonna have to get this together, baby. I'm gonna get you this little arm portalizer, and I'm making all this stuff, these words up. He gave him like a little arm, automatic, sent him to the portal machine. And he was like, you're gonna have to clean this up, my guy. And Peter's like, okay, I'll do that. I need my crew though. Ned has some interesting interactions with Dr. Strange because Ned is like, tell me about your experience as Dr. Strange, because like my grandma said that we have magic in the family. And I feel like I kind of might have a little magic on me. I don't know. Can you talk to me about your experiences? Ned and MJ and Peter are down in the basement and they're trying to figure out, what the plan is. Peter goes to lure the rest of the people in the hopes that he can just zoop them back to the thing, right? So he manages to scrap with Electro, and Electro is like zapping his ass up. And then the Sandman comes to his aid, and he's able to zap Electro and the Sandman back to the dungeon with, the rest of the people, right? Okay, and Dr. Strange is like, listen, what I'm about to do is, I'm about to Scooby-Doo this shit on my own. I'm about to spell him up. Probably gonna die. Just do with that information what you will. And Peter's like, no. Got Norman Osborn and his cuckoo self. Okay, really struggling between Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin. And so he's like having a little conversation with himself in an alley somewhere. And he crushes the Green Goblin's helmet. May calls Peter and is like, hey, Pete, I got somebody over here by the name of Norman Osborn, and he said he want to talk to you. And so Peter's like, oh, hell no. He gonna try to kill my auntie. And I may well just have a cup of tea with you at any time. She don't even be knowing half the people. Remember when Tony Stark popped over and she gave him some raisin date oat loaf? I'm like, girl, you don't even see how you in danger, child.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
So they get to talking and they decide to work together to fix whatever the issue is with each of the members of the Sinister Six, and that if they do send them home, that they will then have rectified whatever issue it will be, and they won't have to die. So now we get to the really awesome fight between Doctor Strange and Peter. You know, Peter's like, listen, we could fix it. Doctor Strange is like, listen, they gotta die. Their death is worth more than their lives. Hate to break it to you. I hate to be that guy. And so Peter's like, nope. And he like takes the little box, the little goobity got box, right? And he like runs away with it. And Doctor Strange is like, listen, baby, I'm not about to chase you through the streets of New York. I'm gonna take your ass to the mirror dimension and confuse you. The fight in the mirror dimension between Doctor Strange and Peter is amazing. Okay, whenever I will watch Doctor Strange and they will be in the mirror dimension, she will be confused. What the hell am I looking at right now? Okay, it's a skyscraper coming up out some trees and everything is upside down, but it's also coming from the cat corner of where it's supposed to be, and it's also steps on the sky. What is happening? Peter basically gets the best of Doctor Strange, and he takes the box and he takes, you know, the little pimp ring Doctor Strange wears too. So, you know, they're at the condo, and, you know, Norman Osborn has been helping Peter to like fix all the things with the people, right? But Norman Osborn himself has not gotten whatever he needs to get right? And so Norman Osborn's ugly side, also known as the Green Goblin, starts to kind of come to the surface, and that kind of triggers the Peter tingle, right? The spider senses. And so Peter's like, something is, May, where you at? You know, May is like feeling something too. A lot of like unspoken conversations happening. Peter kind of Norman Osborn to something in the condo, and May takes off running, right? And she's running to the elevator, and she's trying to get the elevator, but she has to go, you know, down the steps, because of course the elevator ain't gonna come on time, child. That's just too easy. And so Peter and Norman Osborn have this really fantastic fight. The fight was so brutal. Peter was beating the hell out of Norman Osborn, but he was laughing. You would have to see it to know what I'm talking about, and I'm definitely not about to put no clip in here, because Sony and Marvel not about to come after my little 600 followers, child. I ain't got time. Willem Dafoe was outstanding in this specific part of the movie. Willem, sir, damn, you did your thing. Spider-Man and Green Goblin punching each other through floors of the building, and they basically punch each other down to the lobby of the building, where May has just now, you know, gotten down because she was in the stairs running for her life. The Green Goblin is there, and he like, I think does he run into her with his glider? Like, she was definitely injured. And so Peter has broken ribs. He's all bloody, busted up, right? And then May gets up. So she gives him the "with great power comes great responsibility" line. Me and the dude bros all gasped together in unison when we heard her say that. Because we know what come after somebody say that. Now, then she collapses, and then Peter sees that she's bleeding, and she's more seriously hurt than we and he had initially thought. And so May dies, y'all. That was so sad, bro. Me and the dude bros was really, that hurt our feelings, man. Peter goes off, and we don't know where Peter is. So now we get to MJ and Ned, and they're at Ned's grandma's house, and Ned is like, listen, let's figure out how we can find him. And he's like moving his hands, right? Now he got Doctor Strange's pimp ring on. And so while he's doing all this talking with his hands, it's like a little baby portal open up on the side. And so Ned and MJ was like, you caught that? Do it again. And so Ned is like, yeah, let's see if we... Portal opens up, and it's in the alleyway, and we see Spider-Man in the alleyway. And so MJ and Ned are like, Peter, it's us, come. Spider-Man jumps out the portal, takes his mask off, and this motherfucking Andrew Garfield, me and the dude bros was hollering, do you hear me? On our feet. One of the dude bros didn't even sit down. Like, that whole scene, he literally just stood up and like paced back and forth in front of his seat like a little puppy in a window. I'm like, listen, we got one. Let's try it again. And he opens up another portal, and here come Tobey Maguire. Bro, that's when I broke my nail, okay? It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. And we got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Ned Grandma Liberal, and they start like talking about like Spider-Man life. They're like, hey, where you hang out at? I like to chill on the top of the Chrysler building. He like, bruh, the Empire State is my jam, bruh. I love it. And so when they're talking about that, MJ is like, I know where Peter is. And that's where they find him with the Goobity God box. And he's obviously devastated because Aunt May has passed. You know, he's feeling the ramifications of his decision. They recognize that they have all been told with great power comes with great responsibility. Now, in this movie, Aunt May said something a little bit different. Like, I think she said, like, with great power must also come great responsibility, which was taken directly from the comic books, and it was written actually by Stan Lee, which was a great tribute to my guy Stan Lee, R.I.P. So they're at the high school in their lab, and they all three of them are like nerding out, and Ned is assistant as well, and so Ned is like, hey, Peter, and all of them was like, huh? Like, they all looked and they did like the little Spider-Man meme, and we was like, it was good. It was, they, you know, come up with the cures that will, you know, fix each of the individual villains. Now we get to the big showdown. Peter's like, listen, you looking for me, I'm looking for you, okay? Holla at me at the Statue of Liberty. So now they done took the Statue of Liberty, and instead of having a torch, they have Captain America's shield on it, which I don't, that was so tacky. So they get to the Statue of Liberty, and so did like a little play on like Tobey Maguire hurt his back, and he was like, ooh, yeah, my back hurt. And then Andrew Garfield popped Tobey Maguire's back, and I was like, oh, you know, the battle, everybody's there. But it's not really going so well. Well, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man don't work with a team. They work alone. So they not getting nothing accomplished. And so Tom Holland's like, listen, we got to get in coordination.
Coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate. That's what
you got to coordinate, okay? And then they have this really amazing scene. And I was like, oh, it was all three of them, and like shooting webs to each other to like swing each other. It was just so sweet, bro. I was like, this is feeling it all deep in my little heart. The interaction between Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire was very like, we're like brothers. Tobey Maguire at one point told Andrew Garfield that he was amazing, and it was like, stop right now. Knock it off, why don't you? But he was giving him his props, and it was very, very heartwarming. And so they gave each of the Sinister Six their cures. Here come the Green Goblin. And so Peter and the Green Goblin have their battle, and it's just him and the Green Goblin, right? Because it's really their impact that has taken our Spider-Man's Aunt May away. Peter is actually whooping the Green Goblin's ass. Like, that's a Spider-Man from Tom Holland that we have not seen before. This Spider-Man was like an actual man. Like, he wasn't like a little kid, like,
Hey everybody, like, hi, Captain.
he was like, I'm about to murder you, the end. So he was getting ready to murder the Green Goblin with his glider. Very much the way Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had the interaction with the Green Goblin. But then Tobey Maguire came and stopped Peter, and Peter ended up not murdering the Green Goblin. Instead, he was given the injection and turned into, you know, into Norman Osborn. In the battle, throws a pumpkin bomb into the box of gobbledygook, right? And that just kind of rips open the time-space continuum, multiverse, timeline, consortium. All hell started to break loose. Doctor Strange is there, thank God. He's on top of the Statue of Liberty, and he's trying to contain all the shenanigans. Also in the battle, MJ and Ned are there. MJ falls off the scaffolding, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man is trying to get to her, but he cannot. So Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man goes after her. He's able to save her from, unlike what he was able to do for his Gwen in his Spider-Man movie. And y'all, the look on Andrew Garfield's face when he was able to save MJ was goddamn gold. Andrew, boy, body brought their A game. It was no slacking on nobody's macking in this movie. Time, space, Marvel, Multiverse of Madness Consortium is still busting open. And Peter goes up to Doctor Strange and he's like, listen, just take it away, bro. Just everybody can figure who I am. Just cast another spell. Doctor Strange is like, listen, you might want to go down there and tell your people bye. Jacob Batalon. You hear me? Your tears was rolling so flawlessly, G. Okay, call me. All right, we'll have a little drink too. Jacob Batalon, if he don't do nothing else, he gonna rep for the Filipino nation, okay? And I'm here for it. I love Jacob Batalon. He is so cute to me, and he has the best laugh. Call me, Jake. So him and Ned have this really tearful goodbye, and the moment with him and MJ, and they have a really sad little kiss in the sunrise, Lord, and the music is sad, and Peter crying, and she crying, and Ned crying, and me and the dude Roses crying. Happens, the spell is cast, Peter's on his own, He moves into this shitty apartment with, you know, just his boxes. This is where it dawned on me that all of these movies were his origin story. So we see Tom Holland, Peter Parker, walking down the street, like rehearsing what he's gonna say to MJ. He gets to the donut shop where she works. Ned is there, and they've gotten into MIT of their futures and have a chance to be happy, but it means that he won't be able to be a part of that the way that he initially thought. So he gets a cup of coffee from her and he leaves, and we see that he's made his homemade Spider-Man suit. That's fire-ass way to end the movie. I don't see how they could have made this movie any better than what it was. I've never experienced a Marvel movie where it was this kind of emotion. In Endgame, it was emotional like this. We've been waiting on this goddamn battle for a decade. But this movie was like a sweeter emotion. It was like a more thoughtful battle. But the action in it was fire too though. Like it was just a different kind of Marvel movie. It's just been so good to me to see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland together, because this movie was goddamn fantastic. Like it made me and the Dude Bros connected. I don't know who they are, no. It was very normal, the behavior that we were displaying with each other, because we're fans. The build up to it and the damn spoilers that you had to avoid. Shout out to Emergency Awesome. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. Shout out to New Rockstar. Shout out to Screen Crush. I kept up with them damn spoilers. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of the movie. I know that everybody who saw the movie thought that the movie was fire. I can't see nobody being like, yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10. I can't see it. I hope this video comes out. I hope y'all are able to see it. I fully intend for this video to not get any views because there's so many people doing content on this movie that I'm thoroughly okay with the fact that nobody's gonna see it. But for me, I had to get it out. Y'all take care. Merry Christmas. Bye.